Welcome to Late to the Show. I'm your host, Prophet74. Today I'm going to bring a gaming mouse to the scene. It's the cheapest one I found. It's around $15 to $20 at Amazon. It's called ZELOTES. It has two different wireless tone connections. So we're going to take a look at it, see what's available on the system, and let you know in details. So first of all, when you open the mouse, you get two great things in here. And this I like. You get the freaking mouse. The mouse looks... It's a massive mouse. It's pretty big, but it fits your hand. The only thing I don't like about the mouse is this cut right here. It's just, I don't think why they should have in there. I mean, I understand it's just to place your thumb in there, but in a way, it kind of gets in the way for gaming wise. The mouse, when you turn it on, of course, one thing that I love about this mouse, they give you chargeable batteries. They give you 2 free chargeable batteries. Of course, I took them off already and installed them. But what I like about this, they give you a little case in here so you can save the USB, because this is not Bluetooth, this is a USB enabled. And it has 2 different frequencies, it's a 500 megahertz and a 2.5 megahertz, which is pretty neat for distance wise. The one thing I don't like about this mouse, like I said, is just this buttons. They're not programmer. You can't program the buttons. They pretty much have a forward, back, and a home button. And I try to mess with the buttons themselves. I didn't like what I was trying to do with the mouse. There's a light settings here, so if you like the lights, you want to turn on the mouse. This is pretty much how the mouse looks like when it's all lit up. It tells you how much charge it has when you plug it in. Of course, the USB connection is right in the front. It does come with a USB cable and some little instructions, of course. When you go to the website, you don't get that much information or driver information. It automatically installs, of course, but one thing I wanted to do is manipulate the buttons, and I had a difficult time. So I did find a way to do it. So let me talk to you first about the settings that you have. In the mouse settings that you have the scrolling keys, you have this function here. I thought it was pretty much to go page up, page down, but in reality, it's to make the actual cursor move faster. By pushing these buttons. I mean, it makes no sense why even to set them up in there. The one thing that interests me was because they had 3 buttons in here and an extra button right besides the trigger button. Now, I thought I was going to be playing a game where I was going to set up either reload or option to open things. It doesn't work that way. It pretty much thinks that it's whatever they want you to pretty much think it's going to be. So this button was doing some other function that I did not program. This button was actually taking me home and minimizing the whole screen. And these 2 buttons were like a forward and back. You could program these 2, but that's about it. Other than that, this home button, it was kind of useless for me. And these other buttons are not programmer at all. And then there's a trigger one that I couldn't even program that button. So I tried to go to the website. It was a shitty website to begin with. First of all, any kind of information you're trying to get, it's kind of impossible. Now, let me take you back on the two settings I was looking at. So there is a frequency here on the back of it. It's 2.5 megahertz, and there's a 500 megahertz. And then there's a play button in the top. So the play button is the one that actually let me program all these buttons, but in reality, when it messed up the other buttons that I used to use before, and it was very difficult to program. I didn't find it very simple. This is the F-15 series, and it was very difficult to actually work with this mouse. Other than the lighting and the feel of it, it's a pretty good mouse, but for gaming wise, it doesn't make the list. I mean, I didn't like this part of it. There's too much bells and whistles on it that are not available for you to manipulate, and that's one thing I don't like. I mean, I like a mouse that I can program myself. If I want the left instead of the right to be, you can do that on the Windows. But some of these applications, like for example, some of the Razer mouse, you could program every single button to do whatever you want. So that's one of the major fallbacks on this mouse, that I couldn't program this stuff, and the poor support that they had on the website. So for 15 bucks, actually it was $15 to $20, and the only thing you're probably paying for is a freaking case, because this mouse sucks. Scale 1 to 10, it's horrible. I mean, I wouldn't spend the money, and don't spend the money on trying to support these guys if they're not gonna get their shit done, because in reality, you need to have, if I'm buying something, I want to be able to program it myself and have those buttons enough where I could have them do the functions I want to, not whatever functions you think you want to. So don't recommend this mouse at all. So if you ever see it on Amazon, it's called ZELOTES. Of course, it's like elotes almost, pretty much. It sucks. Other than that, I'm Prophet74, and thank you for tuning for late to the show. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, and I will bring more items. And we are going to be at E3 show this coming week, so keep an eye out for live updates and live interviews. And we're also going to see if we could get some playability this Sunday on Battlefront too. So stick around.